Hi, my name is Garrett Richardson. I'm a lead lineman at Foothills Energy. I've worked all across the state of Colorado, in Texas, and Wyoming. We got done on a Thursday about 4 o'clock, and I was headed home, and they called us, and I had to turn around and come back to work. Well, they call you, and it's usually not after the storm's over, it's usually during the storm, but we're not always working in the storm when it happens, so I got to drive from south of Castle Rock to Fort Collins in a blizzard on E470. People wrecked everywhere, and we have to take ditches just to get around cars so we can go to work. Just people cruising, about 10 bucket trucks, 5 digger trucks, and pickups mobbing down the road. We got cars crashed everywhere, and people are trying to get out, and people are stuck, snowed in, and we're plowing through drifts about 5 foot tall. And then we watch people that are in accidents, and ambulances are ended up going off the road, and we use our digger truck to pull 2 ambulances out so they could go help people. And the northbound lane wasn't too bad, but southbound was at a dead stop because the semis were jackknifed. And we got down the road a little farther, and there was a couple more semis that were blocking ours, and we had to use our digger truck to pick their trailer up out of the way so we could get past them. They ended up getting out. But the road's pretty treacherous on the way to the job. It took us about a week to put in a half-mile line and rebuild it all and get everybody back in power. First thing we do is go to the yard, get our material, get a pole list, see what kind of poles we need. Kind of snowing, it kind of stopped after the storm went through. Storm came through and broke everything, and then it kind of calmed down. Well, there's a lot of broken poles. I mean, most of them are snapped off halfway because poles break off when the snow comes because the snow flies and it's mixed with water and it sticks to the power lines, and the wire gets ice on them and it builds up and it breaks the cross arms off, and if it doesn't break the cross arm it just snaps the poles over. And there ended up being a river right next to where we were working, so all the poles were in the river and the wire was all tangled up between them, and transformers were smashed, mangled in the mess, so we had to go through and untie all the wire off the poles so we could get the wire strung up out of the river. Then we pulled all the poles out, and the wire was too messed up, we couldn't reuse it, so we had to start from scratch, and we dropped poles off, framed them all, ended up digging the holes for them, setting new poles, and then we had to string in new wire, tie it all in, and then we heated it up. You get about 3 hours of sleep a night, just enough rest to eat a little quick meal before you go to bed, and off to work you go again. We worked mostly 19-hour days, and a couple of the last ones were 21-hour days, and probably ended up working over 80 hours in 1 week. A lot of people thank us and wave and honk as they drive by, and then you have some that are just mad at the world, but nothing you can do about it. We had a lady that stopped and gave us pizza one night, and she fed us 2 nights in a row for trying to get her power back on. But most people are pretty well about it. They know that it's not our fault. We're just out there trying to help them. We just go back to the yard, clean off our trucks and material, and drive 2 hours back home, and get probably 1 day of rest. Go take you a little nap, and then Monday starts all over again. We go back to work and do our same daily routine. Dig holes, set poles, hang pots, and make them hot.